This is a video from eSkills Zone. For more videos, notes, and certificates, please visit www.eskillszone.com.
Hello and welcome. Hi viewers. Today in this video we will discuss module 33 of a beginner's guide to Java language course, and the topic we're going to learn today is while and do while loops. There are two different types of loops we will discuss. First we'll discuss the while loops, using while loops, how they are used in Java. So in while loop, the condition is checked before the loop is executed. The syntax of the while is as follows. So we'll type the syntax of it. So first we'll type the while keyword, like this, and enclosed in parentheses we will type boolean expression, and under the braces we will type statements by using forward slashes. Now we're gonna execute this while loop in Java programming language using Eclipse IDE, and we'll see how they are used and what are the output generated and how the output is generated using while loop in Java. So viewers, we will click on this button, and then here we will type the name of the project as Java project, and type the name as using while loop, name of the project using while loop, clicking on the next button, clicking on the finish button, type name of the module as program, click on the create button. Now we have this project over here. Here are all the list of the projects, and now we'll right click on this module and delete it, pressing the OK button, and then we will right click on the src folder, go to the new option and select the class and type the name as program, and click on this public static void main, which will create a main method in the program. Here we'll type the description of the program by typing // making it as a non-executable statement, a comment. Here we will type as using while loop, and under the public class program we will type static void while ops, name of the method, parentheses, and then braces, and under this structure of this we will type integer I equal to 0, and then type while I is greater than 0, and then under this structure of this while we will type system.out.println to display the output, and under this function we will type the message enclosed in double quotes, the value of I is plus I, and then I minus minus. So there will be decrement will occur, and then so what will actually happen, we have given the initial value of I as 0, 0 is assigned to it, so now 0 is stored in this I. Now this I is checked against 0, that is greater than 0 or not. So the value of I is, so we will give the initial value is 10, so the initial value is 10, which is greater than 0, so this loop will execute in the reversal order, because the initialized value is 10 greater than 0, so this while will check whether the value of I is greater than 0 or not, and the value of I is printed. So first the value we will see on the screen will be 10, then 9, 8, 7, 6 until the value reaches 1, because 1 is greater than 0, and the decrement is occurred with the help of I. This is the same program like we executed using for loop. Now there's only difference is this, that we have used while loop. So while has a different structure as compared to the for, because it's a conditional loop, whereas for is a counter loop. For loop is checked when the number of iterations is given in advance, but while is used when the number of iterations is not known and the condition is checked against the value with the variable. Now we'll call this method, typing name as while OPS, and then type parenthesis and then semicolon. Now we will run this program by clicking on the run button and go to run as and then Java application. Like you see, the output is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So if you change the value, like we give value like 4, then we'll see the output is 10 till 5, because we want the value of y to be printed as greater than the value greater than 4. As soon as the value reaches greater than 4 means 5, then the loop will be terminated. So let's see the output. We'll click on the Java applications, see the output is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So this is how a while loop is executed. And now I'm gonna press the run button once again to see the output. I'm gonna see 0, type 0 and then execute it. So you can see the same output, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now viewers, after discussing the while loop, we will discuss do while loops. So for this, the do while loop is guaranteed to be executed at least once, unlike the while, because then the condition is checked. So it is at least one time this loop is executed before it checks the condition, whereas the while is always dependent upon the condition. While is executed after checking the condition, but do loop is at least one time executed before the condition is being checked, while the execution of do while loop. So we'll type the syntax as do structure, and this we will type statements, can be more than one statement, and then after the braces we will type while and then expression, the expression which is used to check, which is also used to check the condition, and then semicolon. So this is the syntax of do while loop, which is different from while loop. Now we will execute a program to understand the concept of this do while loop using Java programming language. So let's switch to the IDE Eclipse, where we will execute a program. Okay viewers, now we will click on this button and then click on the Java project, type the project name as using do. Okay, the dot is not allowed, do while loop. So if I type dot with in the project name, you can see, okay, now it's okay, but if you type it like this, then it's not allowed. So we type do while loop. Click on the next button, then click on the finish button, type the name of the module as program, clicking on the create button. Now you can see this is the project where we will execute the do while loop. We'll right click on the module, delete it like we have been doing in our previous lectures, videos, programs. So I'll right click on the src folder like this, go to the new option. From here we will click on the class. Now we'll type the name of the class as program, clicking on the public static void main, which will create a main method in the program, clicking on the finish button. Now we have this code. Now we'll type the description as a comment and the name of the project as well, which is using do while loop. So here you can see the public class program. Under this we will type the method. The method is static void do while OPS parenthesis braces, and then type integer I equal to 0, and then type system.out.println parenthesis. Under this we will type do while loop demo, and now we're gonna use the do loop as do structure. Under this we will type system.out.println, and then type close in parenthesis. The value of I is I. The value of I is plus I. So this plus symbol will actually return the value stored in the variable I, which is 0. So this loop will check at least one time. It will be executed one time before to check the condition. The condition is while, and the expression is I is less than 10. So there is an increment because the initial value is less than the value which against it is going to be checked, and there is an increment of I plus plus, since you can see the initial value is 0 and the final value against which we're gonna check is 10, which is larger than the initial value 0. So there will be an increment whenever this initial value is larger than the final value against which the variable is checked. There will be a decrement. Whenever the initial value is 0, there will be an increment, and the final value is greater than the initial value, which is 10. So this loop will be executed. So we'll see the value of I as first time, since before checking this while condition, the loop will be executed and the value of I becomes 0 because the initial value is 0. Then we'll see an increment of 1, then 2, and 3, and 4 till the value reaches 9, because we are gonna check the value which is less than 10, which is 9. 9 is always less than 10. So there will be an increment of 1. So there will be 10 values which will be printed as an output on the screen by using the do while loop. So the first value is 0. Why the first value 0 will be displayed on the screen? Because this loop executed before it checks the condition, unlike the while. While is always dependent upon the condition, and it gives the output by checking the condition against the value. So 0 is the initial value, so we can see the value 0 on the screen using the do loop. But if we use a while loop and use initial value 0, we can never see it. We can see it right after the comparison and then the increment. Now we're gonna call the method name do while loop OPS. So we'll type do while OPS parenthesis semicolon. We're gonna output the output, clicking on the run button, click on checking in the run as, selecting run as in Java application. So you can see the do while loop demo. First we right after the before executing the do loop, we can see the do while loop demo, and then first time the value of I, which was initialized as 0, it can be displayed on the screen and it is 0. And right after that we can see an increment which is 1, and there is a condition whether the value of I is less than 10. So every time the loop is checked, so first time the loop checked, the value of I is checked against the loop, it is less than 10, means that there's an increment of 1. 1 will be displayed on the screen. Right after the second time the loop will be executed, the value will be checked. No, it is again less than 10, which is 2. Then there's an increment of always there's an increment of 1, and then the value will be checked against 10. So there is after every execution, so 10 times the loop will be executed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. The last value which you can see on the screen of I is 9, because 9 is less than 10, and 10 cannot be seen because 10 is not less than 10, which is equal to 10, and the condition becomes false. So this is the advantage of using a do loop. You want to see the output and you want the loop to be executed at least once before checking the condition, then you can use a do loop as an alternative instead of using a while loop. So that's all, viewers. Thanks for watching this video. We have discussed two loops, one while loop and the second one is the do loop.